Okay, so welcome again to another example of percentage word problem. Now here we are not given the percentage like we were given in the last lesson. There's a difference between this question and the questions we did earlier. Over there we were given the percentage and we had to find the quantity. But here we have to find the percentage. To find the percentage we always multiply by 100. So it's always the smaller part over the total multiplied by 100. So the smaller part here is 12 over 45, which is the total part, multiplied by 100. And when you reduce it, you get 80 over 3%, which is 26.6%. So 26.6% of 45 is 12. Now we can have a question like this as well. What percent of 2 hours is 45 minutes? Another clue to remember is that if you have an off just before the number, then that number is always the total. Right? So we can have the smaller part over the total multiplied by 100 to get the percentage. So the smaller part here is 45, right? 45 minutes over the total is 2 hours multiplied by 100. Again, we need to change the units into minutes, right? Because we cannot have two different units. So changing the hours into minutes is much easier. So we can have this as 1 hour equals to 60 minutes, and we can convert 2 hours into minutes by multiplying 2 by 60, right? 60 minutes, which becomes 120 minutes. So now we can write this down as 45 minutes over 120 minutes multiplied by 100 to get the percentage, right? We can cancel off the minutes and the minutes, the last zero with the last zero, divide by 3. Both of them can go in 3 times table. So 3 4s are and 3 15s are 45. And then again we can reduce it by 2. 2 2s are and 2 5s are 10. So we are left with a 15 and a 5 on top and 2 at the bottom. So 75 is the numerator over 2, which is the denominator. And the answer is in percent because we are actually finding the percent, right? This can also be written as 37.5%, right? Let's go on to the next question. For example, if we are asked, what percent is 15 cm of 1 meter? Again, the rule is the same. It's going to be the part over the total multiplied by 100, right? So, of 1 meter means 1 meter is the total, right? So, it's going to be 15 over 15 cm over 1 meter multiplied by 100, right? So, again we need to change the meter into centimeter. 1 meter is 100 cm. So, it becomes 15 cm over 100 cm, right? 1 meter is actually 100 cm multiplied by 100. Cm can cancel out with cm, 100 can cancel off with 100, and we are left with a 15%. Simple as that, right? Now, this is a different kind of a question, but it means the same thing. Express 1 hour 10 minutes as a percent of 1 hour 40 minutes. Again, express as a percentage. Find the percentage. What is the percentage? It all means the same thing. It's always a smaller part over the total multiplied by 100. So the smaller part here is 1 hour 10 minutes, right? So 1 hour 10 minutes, we are going to write it down as 1 hour 10 minutes on the top over the total, which is 1 hour 40 minutes multiplied by 100. Now we cannot go on further, right, if we have two different units. So let's change the hours into minutes. Now this can become 1 hour is 60 minutes plus a 10 minute will give us 70 minutes, right? So 1 hour 10 minutes is actually 70 minutes, and 1 hour 40 minutes is actually 60 minutes plus 40 minutes, right? 1 hour is 60 minutes. So 60 minutes plus 40 minutes gives us 100, right? 100 minutes. So now we can replace it with this. 70 minutes, which is 1 hour 10 minutes, over 100 minutes, which was 1 hour 40 minutes, multiplied by 100. Minutes can cancel off with the minutes. Now 100 can cancel off with the 100, and our answer is 70%. Okay? So we can be asked the same question in many different ways. Now suppose if we have this question, express the first quantity as a percentage of the second quantity. Again, same question asked in a different way. Express the first quantity as a percentage of the second quantity. So again, we need to have the smaller part on the top over the total, which is 2 hours, multiplied by 100, right? So 40 minutes will be on the top, 2 hours will change into 2 times 60, right? Because 1 hour is 60 minutes, 2 hours will be 2 times 60, which is 120 minutes, times 100. And then minutes and minutes cancel off, last zero with the last zero, 4 ones are, 4 threes are, and we get 100 over 3%. And you can also change it into a decimal, right, which is 33.3%. Right? So it's very, very simple to solve these kind of questions. You just need to understand what the question is asking you. So I always say that the best way to learn maths is to practice on your own. So I'll be sending your homework along with it, and before you start your homework, you can re-watch the lesson to understand it better. All right, take care, goodbye.